Hello and welcome. I'm Helen Tite, founder of iCare, iMove, and here we are today, week 14 of our Move More Falls Prevention programme. So we are here, we're coming into spring, so we're all feeling that urge right now to be pottering in our gardens, but always with a cautionary warning that we can't overdo everything. Pacing is the way forward for all of us. But before we do, we always reinforce the message about preventing falls, and that even though we're going through an evidence-based program with you, God forbid you do have that fall.
Helen, can I just say the sound has gone very, very distorted?
Did you hear that in the gallery? Okay, so what I was going to say was that I talk about falls prevention all the time. Sadly and unfortunately, when it goes wrong, it's not a textbook version. And I want to actually move to a colleague, one of our lovely attendees, who sent us a fantastic email over the weekend where sadly he did fall, but I want you to hear his story. Brilliant, thumbs up from everyone. So Stuart, hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you, my friend. Over to you.
Good.
Can we get him on camera?
Shall I continue?
Yep.
Yeah. I had a fall on Friday afternoon. I was feeling so well, and I think I was overconfident. And my problem is my balance. And I set off up the stairs, not holding the banister. And just as I got to the fourth step, I lost my balance and fell backwards. And I dived for the banister, missed it, and crashed at the bottom of the stairs in the hall on my shoulders and head. Fortunately, my wife was at home and we've got builders in. And they came rushing and wanted to pull me up. And I remembered everything we've been taught by iCare, iMove. I asked them to go away. I lay on the ground and did the breathing that Helen taught us emphasized last week. And after about 5 minutes, I moved following the technique onto my better side and made my way to the nearest firm surface, which was the stairs that I'd just fallen down. And I positioned myself at the bottom of the stairs with one leg behind me and one leg pulled up so that my knee was bent. And I said, "Hello, stairs." And I know it sounds silly, but it just made me laugh. And I put my hands on the second or third step, I forget which, and I pulled myself round until I was feeling reasonably confident. And then using the stairs and my leg, I pulled my other leg back into the position, a kneeling position, and levered myself up vertically. And then I did the rule, bending my ankles. And I was feeling very emotional at this point because I felt silly. And worse than that, I felt old. And the two young men who'd come to drag me up, they looked so healthy and so young. And there was I, a crumpled old man on the floor. But gradually, as I did my heels, my confidence began to come back. I began to stand up and I took hold of the banister and shouted for my wife. And when she came, she was absolutely amazed at the transformation from me looking as if I needed the paramedics to standing up and walking, not held by her, but accompanied by her into the lounge, where I had a glass of water and 2 paracetamol. And if it weren't for iCare, iMove, and the absolutely wonderful tuition we receive, I would have been on my way to Trelisk with the paramedics. So iCare, iMove, thank you so much from me and my wife.
Oh. Oh my God, isn't that wonderful, everyone? When I saw the email, I read it to my husband. He had a little tear in his eyes. It is exactly it's the perfect outcome as far as we're concerned. So it really does choke me because
Thank you.
you know, we're so grateful that you fed this back to us, because sadly, when it comes to commissioning, so frequently in the past, the conversation was, well, you can't prove that the work we do will actually stop somebody falling over. We can't. But what we can say is that, you know, what you did was bang on everything we want for you: to catch your breath, do that body scan, anything broken? No, just other than I feel embarrassed. Right, bugger off, everyone. Let me get myself back up, and to do all those things to get yourself back up and, you know, successfully respond out of a fall. I'm just super mega proud. So, you know, it really is fantastic. So everyone, can we just have a little wave of our hands? Lovely. Thank you. Amazing. Amazing. Oh, my little heart, honestly. All we need, you just top up our levels. But Stuart, take it easy. If I'd imagine you're a little bit bruised. Well done. Thank you for sharing. We really do value those type of stories in our programming. So without further ado, let's get going. So we are week 14. At this point, I encourage you to stand as we warm up. You don't have to. I've got a fancy chair today, have you noticed? You don't have to stand, but I'm encouraging that because at this point, our confidence is just coming up enough for us to feel more steady on our feet. To sit is completely fine, healthy and normal. It's not a problem, but because this is your program and you're week 14, let's see if we can get you up. And we start with a gentle heel pump. So if you can, gallery, can we just ditch the graphics so they can see our feet? Lovely, thank you very much. Okay, so it's a gentle pump of your feet. This is just getting our circulation going. Lovely. Increasing blood flow around the body. So you can do this in sit. So while we're here, I want you to think about your skeleton. Nice and tall as you can possibly be. Shoulders back and down. Think about, you are a soldier. You need to pull it in. Things are slightly snug. So we need to make sure it's all sucked in, pulled in nice and tight around the middle and nice and long. Lovely. Okay, so we're swinging our arms gently as we're increasing our heart rate, increasing the speed of movement of blood flow around your body. You all feel warm and fuzzy anyway from our lovely story that happened this morning. And we're all in the right mood to go through our session. Okay, so let's see if we can just slowly walk those feet slightly wider so we have a stable base of support. Lovely. And then keep your balls of your feet down. Let's just lift those heels a moment, moving right to left. So there's a little swing side to side. Choose your pace as always. Right, okay, settle your heels for a moment. Give me a shoulder roll. Now, the interesting thing, I've said settle your heels, but I'm still heel pumping. If you want to continue pumping your heels, you can. As always, there is a sideboard, a chair, something for you to be nearby and holding onto should you feel unsteady. Okay, feet, wide base of support. I just simply want you to twist and have a little look around. Take your time with this. This is almost like looking around your horizon. Your whole body is moving with you. I'm just going off camera a minute. So I'm going to open the door because it's suddenly got all warm in here. Right. Okay, and now we come back to center. Using a chair back is quite useful, because now what I want you to do is to rotate from your waist. So when we were just having a little look around, the feet, the knees, the hips, everything was moving. Now we are going to just rotate at the waist up. Now, a couple of ways to do it. You can bring up your Cossack arms, pull in your belly. You can just use your hands along your chair and try and keep those hips still. Just find a way to keep the hips in place as that rotation comes on through the body. And the rotation is really important to get some movement around your hip and waist. Right. Okay, so I'm turning my back to you. God bless you. Don't look at my bum. Right. I want you to roll your shoulders. Now my eyes are off you because I want you to think about working your shoulder blades. So giving them nice circles, and when you do that, you're kind of squeezing everything together into your back muscles. Now it will feel a bit weird. We're not very good at training the back muscles because we can't often see them. Lovely. And now I want you to do this. Now work with me, okay? Your palms are at your thighs. You're going to turn them around and back. So lovely. Okay. So pull it in, forward and back. So you can see my back and shoulders are moving. Now watch my hands. They're just drifting forward and backwards. So I really want to get a lovely movement in our shoulders here. So just drifting forwards and backwards. Ah, get it all going. So it feels a bit like our Tai Chi stuff, right? Just getting that lovely mobility into the spine. Excellent. Now what if we just did one arm and then the other? So forward and backwards. Back of hand, front of hand. Back of hand, front of hand. Now I don't want to overcomplicate it because God bless us, I don't have many brain cells, but same movement but out to the corner. So it goes like this. Back of hand, front of hand. Should we just stand one side for 3 or 4 repetitions? So we're going to cross the body, open in the chest. Cross the body, open in the chest. Okay, let's switch sides. So back of hand, front of hand. Across the body from one corner to the next. Beautiful. So this is all about shoulder mobility. Well done. Okay, good. Now let's bring the shoulders up to shoulder height. Send it forward and squeeze back together. Now I'm going to turn my back to you again. So really stretching my arms forward, squeezing my shoulder blades together. So forward and backwards. On the side, same thing. Forward and backwards. So less elbows. You're not ducks, they're not ducks. Less elbows, more straight arms. Now this takes a little while for your brain to connect into that. So straight arms. And in a minute, all of this will be feeling nice and warm and moving and all good. A lot to think about, right? Well done. Okay, good. Okay, so in your stand position, we're close to the wall or the sideboard or the chair. I just want you to tap a leg backwards, alternating from one side to the other. Tapping back. Tapping back. So notice that your body weight is close to the wall or the chair and you are simply tapping back with your feet. Pulling in your belly button. Good. Giving yourself a bottom clench as you do this if you can. Now I teach Pilates. Pilates does sneak into a lot of our sessions. So as you tap back with your right leg, what if your left arm drifted forward? Right arm, left leg. Left arm, right leg. Now, if this is all going a little bit loopy, keep going. Your leg won't fall off if you get it in the wrong sequence, all right? So for too long, we've worried about things. We're like, oh, I don't want to do that exercise because I'm doing it the wrong way. We want you to just sit less and move more. Well done. Come back to a march. I'm hoping now that you're feeling lubricated and nice and warm, right? Okay, so we're tall like soldiers. We are starting to apply more of a march, and now we take a step out to the side. Step together, step together. Beautiful, nice and tall. Got a corset on. Shoulders back and down, chin pulled backwards. Smile. What Stuart mentioned today was that ability to laugh. So from a stress point of view, laughter often will break the stress cycle. So if you're very, very stressed, sometimes if you smile and laugh, it will help to reduce some of your stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, and improve your happy hormones like serotonin that will help you with your focus. So should you fall, all these silly phrases that me and Pat say all the time are really beneficial. You'll find them, you'll remember the class, you'll remember your support, and then you'll go, oh, I've got this. Okay? Okay, so we're going to make this slightly bigger again. So I want us to do this. Now watch me first. We're going to walk forward and then reverse walk. If you feel happy to do this against a wall or a side, please do. Walking forward, this is increasing our heart rate, but also we're applying a little bit of a balance challenge. So it's the reverse walking. Let's concentrate on how the feet feel. Heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. Toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel. Okay? Take your time. Do not rush this. So slowly moving forward. And I want you to look forward, not downwards. Forward. Heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. Toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel. Lovely. So the whole foot is coming into play here. Beautiful. You look good. Okay, come here to face me. We're going to tap out to the side. Stay in balance. So I'm mixing up a little bit of cardio with balance challenges today. When Pat's not around, I can go off piste a little bit. She's really bossy and says, no, you have to do it this way. And I go, no, let's be a bit more creative. So we're tapping out to the diagonal. What I want to see here, and I can see you're all moving, to make sure that you are landing on the ball of the foot. Okay. This, weirdly, is warming up those knees for me. Okay. Now we're going to change that. Let's consciously think about this. Same movement, same direction, but a heel land. Can we switch to the other camera, the foot camera, please? Heel land. So we're going out to the diagonals. Heel, toe, and push back off the heel. Heel, toe. Heel, toe. Lovely. You're looking good, team. Now, the previous movement was a toe land, push off the ball of the foot. This movement's slightly different, whereas we're in the same direction, but it's a heel land. So even the subtleties of foot patterns, which part of the foot lands to the ground, will make an impact on what muscles are being activated further up the body. Okay, lovely. Come back to that march for me. Beautiful. Here's a challenge. Wide, narrow. Wide, narrow. Now, just for fun, we're going to try right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right. So any of you ladies, if you ever did step aerobics back in the 18s and 90s, this might come gushing back. So what I'm saying is, we start with the right and make a V with your feet, and then with the left and make a V with your feet. So all of these movements are you working around your space. Beautiful. Excellent work. Last time, coming back to center, and then we're marching. Okay, if we can switch back to the tall camera. Thank you. Thank you, Pudge. Okay, so now what we're going to do is increase your heart rate further. We've been up on our feet a while. I can hear birds tweeting or crickets. I don't know, it's really interesting in my ear. I'm like, where's that noise? Where's the nest? Right, okay. Okay, keep marching, keep marching. So, it's important to challenge your heart health. So we are going to do 4 rounds where we're going to increase our range of movement. So we're going to get bigger for a period of time, and then we're going to get smaller, and this is our active recovery position. So come back to this light and gentle consistent movement. Are we ready? Can I have a shake of hands? Marvelous. Okay, here we go. So let's make this big. Big knees, nice and high. Choose your pace. If you want to use arms nice and high, you can. And to note, the higher your arms over the head, the more it increases the heart rate. So you choose where you're going with this and what speed you are going to do this at. Just having a little look behind the scenes. You look beautiful. Keep going. Keep going. I'm timing you. 5, 4, 3, 2, and back into heel pump active recovery. What we don't do is stop. What we do is keep going. Use this time to breathe. 1, down, done. It's called the Fartlek maneuver. It's been around, it's part of the interval training. You hear people talk about interval training. This is essentially what you're doing. If you sit down here for resting, make sure you pump your feet though, Violet. Okay, my love? Lovely. And the same there, Hilda. Yeah, just pump your feet. Use your breath. Okay. Let's get going. We're going to make it much bigger. Here we go. Up, 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 up. Nice and big. And I'm looking for that range of movement. Get those knees up, up. Arms option. Do what you feel is safe. This is designed to increase your heart rate. Beautiful. 5, 4, 3, 2, and come back. So we're over halfway now. Active recovery. This time in active recovery, let's do 2 little steps. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Use your breath. Relax. Now let's see if we can get that breath down into the belly. Interesting factoid. Breathing into the belly helps us with our stress management. Intuitively, you do this. If somebody is quite stressed, you're with them, what do you say? You say, catch your breath a minute. So intuitively, our bodies know what to do. We know how to manage stress, but we just don't think about it. Okay, here we go. Round 3 of 4. We're nearly through, team. Come on, Violet, you've got this. Nice and big. Here we go. Beautiful, lovely big swingy arms, swingy legs. Do whatever you need to do. I need to see an increase of shape. Bigger, beautiful. You're looking strong, you're looking balanced. Excellent work. Keep going. We're nearly through. By this point, beautiful. Even in sit, you look strong. Well done. 5, 4, use your breath. 3, 2, and release. Woo. Smaller moves, using breathing techniques. Well done. Well done. Okay, I fancy doing a little step touch and turn. So I just, I'm just getting my breath back. Just want to check out around the edges of the space I'm in. Might even want to go the other way. Just gentle step touches. Lovely. Okay. Can I have a show of hands? We're okay. We've got our breath back. Yeah. Good, 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 good. Okay. So now we're on 4 of 4. Are we ready? Yes? Let's do this. Nice and big. Here we go. Lovely, big, giant moves. Arms or legs or both. Sit or stand. Your pace. Your pace. Nice and big. Beautiful. Really important. And it's designed to challenge the heart muscle. It's a muscle. Keep going. So you're exercising. This is your cardiovascular fitness. This is really, really important for you. Well done. Keep going. Nearly done. This is the last one. You've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. It's done. Tick. Small steps, side steps. Okay, now watch. Down and up. Down and up. Join me when you're ready. It's a little dip. Now I find those who struggle with knee pain, we avoid this. It's important that we just feel nice and balanced. Down and up. Hopefully now your breathing is starting to come back into regular pattern. And it's okay. Lovely. Let's come into a little march. Well done. Maybe a march over to a glass of water and have a little sip. Yes. The great news is targeted endurance done. So I'm very proud of you all. Beautiful. Okay, let's go nice and wide. Sit or stand, wide base sway. It's still one of my favourites. Now, I know I'm safe. I've got a wall here, I've got a chair. But today your challenge is slower than a slow thing on a slow day. It's almost like the screen freezes, right? Now look, I'm even on one foot. Woo. You don't have to. What I need is that transference. I need to know that you're moving from your right hip to your left hip. And there's a moment there where the leg is stable, your knee is stable, your hip is stable, your centre is stable. You've got this. I love the balloon action. This is me batting a balloon. My little puppy, no longer little, she's a giant, It's really gentle with balloons. So, because we've had a 21st birthday in our house, and she holds it by its end and walks around with the balloon in her mouth. You're like, oh my word, it's so cute. It's so cute until it goes bang, and then she's like, oh, I'm going to do that again. Well done. So this is lovely balance work. Now I'm brazen, as you're aware. So I'd like to introduce something to you today. I'd like you to think about stepping and taking one leg back. So you step and let the leg drift behind you. Now use the wall for support. It's always quite handy here. Or the chair or your kitchen sideboard, wherever you are. We're stepping and taking the leg away from you. Now, some of you might feel this in the small of your back, and that wouldn't be unusual, and that's simply because they are your lifting muscles. You're lifting your leg, you're working your bottom, so you may feel this in your back. It's not unusual. Well done. And then release. Good, good, good. Now finally in balance, it's not finally, before I move you to the wall, what I'd like you to do is flamingo swing. Now we've done this in lots of variations. Pat likes a fixed flamingo hold. I like more of a moving one. There's no right and wrong. It's just that I think my feelings are you don't fall from still. Even though we have to practice a lot of static work, you fall from moving, yeah? It's getting up off something or coming down onto something. Sometimes you slide off. So it's a moving action. What is important is the sensation in the back of the body. So when you take that leg behind you, you're scraping something off your shoe, and it is a clench of your bum that helps you get there, right? I'm sorry if there's a bit of crampage. Posh cramp. Lovely. Switch legs when you feel ready and comfortable. Okay. This movement also helps us to work the muscles on the back of the leg, which have a conversation with the knee and a conversation with your hip. So it's a bit of a win-win. Imagine you're scraping something off your shoes. Lovely. Well done. And release, relax. Okay, so just watch for a minute. I want us to move over to a wall. Your hands will come onto the wall. I want you to do, now watch. I want your hands to be nice and wide. I want your feet to be nice and wide. And I just want you to push your bottom out and rock your hips either side to side, or just give yourself a moment here just to help stretch out your back. Now be safe. Use the whole of the hand to push off the wall when you're ready. And give your tail a little waggle. You might find this is a really nice feeling. Don't be afraid to stick your bum out, John. Lovely. I love the little waggles we've got there, everyone. Doesn't that feel nice? Is that a yes or a no? Yeah? Okay, and then stand up for me. Okay, hello wall. One of the things that's important to us is strengthening the upper body, okay? So we're going to do this. Pudge, can we move to the other camera? It says camera 1 here. That's it. Cheers. Okay, what I want us to do is work upper body, right? So what we're going to do is have the hands about shoulder height and press the hands against the wall. We're going to push off. Now earlier on in the session, we worked those shoulder blades, right? So as we push off the wall, lovely, be conscious that your shoulder blades are working too. So this is us just really getting familiar with this position. Lovely, that's it. So I'm in what you call a staggered stance. If you want to have both feet equal, you can. Here's the tip: the further your feet are away from the wall, the more intense it is on your core muscles. You are here pushing out of the front of your shoulders. Now if you want to, you can add a press and push. So it goes like this. Hands off the wall, they land. Hands off the wall and land. Give that a go. Now, if you want to go one high, one low, as we did last week, feel free to do that. Change where your hands land on the wall. Let me tell you, the reason why we're doing this and high repetition is because we are building bone strength. This is important to the wrist, which is a high fracture site for the aging population. So it's really important here that you're pushing and landing off those wrists. Fingers up or fingers out or fingers in. You choose where your hand, just play with this, okay? And there might be certain positions that you prefer to others, but just keep pushing off the wall. Lovely, play with it. So your leg's not going to fall off here. We don't have to worry about technique too much. What we do need to do is ensure your safety of your wrist joint, your core stability, and your confidence to take your hands off the wall and land them. Off the wall and land them. Good stuff. Well done, team. You're looking lovely. Excellent work. And release. Good. Okay. So now grab some water, grab a chair, and every week from this point onwards, we'll either be using a band or tins. So back to camera 3. That's what it's called here. Yeah, middle camera. Thank you. Okay. Catch your breath. Give yourself a moment. Interesting. So I train and I go to a trainer who coaches me and helps me. And some of you, I've gone through a lot of surgery and it's taken me a good few years to actually get back to any kind of old me. So recently I found my trainer trying to get me into a plank position. So, and I'll demonstrate. So my plank position that I had to get into was that the other day, all right? And I'm okay with that. But then what she wanted me to do is to take one hand off the ground, and I couldn't do it. Not that I physically wasn't strong enough to do it, but my brain told me I was scared. So it happens to all of us, right? And so I performed the same exercise against the wall, on the side, did it in every other position, using weights and all sorts, came back to it and did it fine. The point is, our brains will talk us down off anything that's remotely unsafe. That's what it does. It says, oh, we don't like that. Path of least resistance every time. So fear plays a big part in falls prevention, as Stuart suggested earlier on in his talk. So, and it's easy for us as human beings to talk ourselves out of anything, okay? So fear is a big one. And I need you to remain nice and strong for me. Now I'm using a tube today. It's a stretchy tube. You guys can use a band. If you haven't got a band, tins. And if you haven't got a band and you want us to send you one, wave your hands and Nikki will get one in the post to you. Right, okay, so I definitely can see somebody. Who's that? Jackie, she came back, which is really exciting. Always like it when they come back. Okay, so to start with, let's have our band or tins in our hands, palms up. Now, your starting position is always where you're not slack in the band. There's a little bit of tension to start with. Okay, and then from here, we're just going to open a little and close. Yeah, so this is the right and the left side of the body working together. Now today, because I'm the naughty one, I want to play around with this. So I want us to go right, left, right, left, right side. Now I've not set you up, it doesn't have to be fancy, I'm not caring where we're going with this. I really just want us to focus on the weirdness of one side only. Now hopefully by now there will be tension in your wrists, tension in your shoulders, tension in your centre, and possibly down your arms into your elbows. Lovely. So we're going, Jackie, we're going one arm out and in. Lovely. Yeah, and don't underestimate the weight of a tin. A tin can be really heavy after a while, okay? So, and they're such a cool piece of kit. Lovely. So we're going one side and then the other. Well done. Shake your hands off. Okay, right. Now we're going to draw a W. So your hands a little bit slack to start with. We're going to go down and up, down and in. So they're like off tension, on tension, off tension, on tension, off tension. Now, how big can we make this? So this is where I get told off for being sneaky. Up, up, down, down. Now if you, oh my God, that looks so amazing. You look so vibrant. All I can see are these coloured bands coming up and down. Lovely. Up and down. Good, good, good. Keep going. You keep going for me in however you want to do it. Up and out. Excuse me. Keep going. Up and out. So even without resistance, keep going. I never said stop. So even without resistance, you're working through that pathway. So the joint action knows what it's doing. The muscles know what it's doing. Apply resistance to it. So weights or bands, so an external force on your body. You are healthily working your bone strength and your muscle mass. Brilliant. And rest. Pump your toes. Okay, so little camera please, or foot camera. We're just tapping our toes. Pudge there. There you go. Feet please, the feet camera. Lovely, good. Thank you. Okay, we're tapping our toes. So I'm going to give our upper body a rest because we've gone from wall press ups to more arms using resistance. We're coming down to our feet. Okay, so here is your option. So the leg movement. So Jackie, you're kind of week 1, week 2 anyway. So I want you just to follow the movement without the band. And that's a knee lift and then kick. A lift and a kick. The rest of you, so I am known to go, the rest of you buggers. I was not going to do that today. Okay, it's a lift with the band and a push out. A lift and down. A lift, push out. A lift and down. Lift, push out. So I'm quite comfy today because I normally do this on a wooden chair. My elbows are helping me. I'm feeling nice and upright. My centre feels engaged. I feel like it's all going on nicely today. Up and out and in and down. So I've kind of steered away from the textbook exact variations, just mixing it and tweaking it a little bit for you. Well done. Release, relax, switch, feet. Give your hands a bit of a rest because I notice My hands get quite tired, so we've got to think about, you know, gripping. But let me tell you, the grip thing is really important, and it is a measure of frailty and longevity. So grip strength is a big deal. So just rest off your hands, and then when we're ready, we go again. So we lift knee, kick heel, lift knee, come down. So up and out and in and down. Up, out, in, down. Good, good. Up, out, in and down. Last time. Up, out, in and down. Good job. Well done. So I love some hip work. Okay, so really and truly what I'm looking for here is a nice tight band around your knees. I don't want you to grip the band and hug it in. I want you to lay your hands flat on top of it. Okay, but good bit of tension there. Okay, so that's for those with bands. The alternative is something between your knees, like a ball or a block or a cushion. So when the bands are wrapped around the legs, we push out. When there's something between your knees, we push in. So you choose which way you want to go, okay? So Jackie, push in and squeeze and keep going. This is a really good one for your hoo-ha. Gentlemen, your ha-he. Okay, so for the rest of us, we're going out and in. Nice tension on, push, push. Nice and tall, belly to backbone. Good, shoulders back and down. Smile. Probably, from a longevity point of view, probably still one of my favourite exercises for hip strengthening. And I am someone who's had hips tidied up, so I've had arthroscopies in both hips. So this is actually one of those rehab movements, really important for us. Push out and in against resistance. Lovely. I'm just coming to have a quick look. Da, da, da. Oh, you're looking good. Oh, sorry, you've got too much boob then. You look good. Right, good. Right. So, a simple thing. Hands up who goes out in the car. Yeah? Going out and about in the car? Okay, so put this into context. Leg out and down and up and in. Beryl's going, oh yes. Other side, up and out and up and in. So we're going to start here, all right? Up and out, up and in. So if you've been with me a while, wonder what that feels like if you add tension to it. Up and out and up and in. So this is me saying, just have a play. Up and out, up and in. So some of you, when you get into a car, it might be bottom first, a lean back and swing both legs. There's lots of variations to get in and out of cars, but at the moment we're going up and out and up and in. At this point in a live class, we'd sometimes have a conversation about sliding in and out of cars. My dad always favoured the black bin bag because it was nice and slippy. So we'd come into the car bum first, and then he had a hoop that helped bring his weak leg into the car, and then his bum would shuffle around. So sitting on a slippy surface like a bin bag, you can invest in all sorts of seat spinners, but there's nothing better than a good old bin bag, in our experience. Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, the slide seats, yeah? Good. Okay, and rest. Well done. Okay, so let's come back because we've got either tins, I was going to say tins of beans. Doesn't have to be beans, it can be whatever you like. Tins or water bottles or bands. So this time, palms down, right? Palms down on your knees, and we are going to go whoop up into the top diagonal corner, whoop into the other diagonal corner. Got it? So it's a big push. For me, it feels like the heel of the hand. And actually what I'm looking for is stretching out at my elbow. So I've got a lovely straight arm. Pushing away, nice and tall, gold thread through the crown of the head. Well done. You look great. That's it. If you find it's too tight, the band, and you can't get your arm up there, reduce the tension on the band. Have a bit more slack in your band so it's more achievable. Well done. Well done. Lovely. Hilda, you're right there. If it's too painful with the band, take the band away. So, you know, some of the things we say is the law, but actually we need you to be successful with movement patterns. And if you have to just learn the movement for now, great. Hilda, better, great. Lovely. What you should never do is come away from this session thinking, I couldn't do that. We've got to be able to find a way for you all to be the best version of you today. Lovely. Last time, and release. Excellent. I'm so pleased. You look so good. Right. So forget about the bands for a little while. How are we doing? Oh, it's 11:11. It's a magic number. Right. As we finish this session, or come towards the end of this session, what I'd like us to start doing, we need to finish on a leg power thing, okay? So we're walking, hip walking forward, hip walking backwards. So this is a challenge for me because I'm 5'10". Right. Lift the whole of the bum cheeks to shimmy up and down your chair. That bit's really important, the hip walk. God, this velvet chair, I'm going to catch on fire in a minute. Right, finish at the front third of your chair. Now the magic bit is tucking your heels back, driving through the legs to come up to a stand. Switch cameras. Lovely. Okay, we heel pump at the top. That's the law, remember? Remember Stuart said that. Grumpy Helen gets cross otherwise. Then what I'd like you to do is shimmy backwards, reverse walk until you can feel your legs against the back of the chair. Push your bum out, sit back right into the back of the chair. Brilliant. Okay, hip walk forward. Once you've got to the front, draw your heels underneath you because that's the magic step. Heels come behind you. Hands come in front of you, you're reaching up. At the top of the movements, you pump your heels. That bit's important. Lovely. Excellent, Max. Good. When you're ready, shuffle back until you feel your legs on the back of the chair. Stick your tush out, bum down, all the way to the back of your chair. Hip walk forward, front third forward. Well done. And repeat. Good job. So we're going to do this 2 or 3 more times. So there's several elements to this, several parts that says you have to, this is confidence building. Feel in the legs on the back of the chair before you stick your bum down. So you don't have to twist and look around you. Come on, I never said stop. Last time, when you come into a stand, we pump the heels, we walk away. We do that turn. We look at the chair. Hello, chair. Hello, stair. Big lunge towards it. Grab it with your strong wrists. Now today, what we're going to do, we're going to wiggle jiggle that back leg and we're just going to look at bending the knee. Lowering the knee down and up a few times. Down and up. Down and up. Holding on to that chair. Stepping forward towards your chair. Rising up, 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 pumping those heels. We never stop the heel pump, and we turn 360 degrees. I lie. We turn 180 degrees. We're going to do that again. We're going to walk forward. Maybe turn in the other direction if you can remember which one that was. Taking a bit. Oh, hello, chair. Taking a big lunge forward. Other leg. Think about that back heel. Now, this is all about drawing the knee down and, more importantly, straighten it off. Up and down. So you're all strong at the end of this session. Few more times. Beautiful. Step together. Rising up. Turning around. Feeling your legs on the back of the chair. Sticking your tush out. And sitting down. Well done. Okay. Camera 1, please. Thank you. I think this one is such a nice flattering camera. Thank you. Right. It's kind of a funny thing. I've gone off camera a minute, so don't panic. I have literally walked away. I'm still here. I'm still here. Oh, it was really exciting today when we had our power cut. Big bang, big flash, and then all the power went. Oh, it's really exciting. Right. Bear with. Okay. First things first, let's have a look at how we can just stretch out the front of your body for a moment. Okay. I'm just moving my mic, so don't panic in the gallery. Thank you. I know, it just suddenly got a bit chilly. Right, there you go. Right, okay. What I'd like us to do is to sit forward in your chair. So hip walk forward. Your hands, one hand's going to go high and the other one's going to go low. Bring the hands together. One high, one low. Is this right? I believe it's called parting the horse's mane. Yes? Variations of it. The idea behind this is your hands will cut through and then your fingertips will pull away. There you go. That's it. So one high, one low each time. Notice my tone of voice is changing. Notice how breathing patterns are changing. So we're slowing things down for a moment. When we come into parting the horse's mane, we think about opening the chest and squeezing the shoulder blades together, which have featured quite a lot in this session. Lovely. Now this time I want us to go ta-da with our arms. So palms are up and out wide and squeeze shoulders. Lovely. Now take one arm to me, wiggle your fingers. Same side, touch shoulder. So those little fingers just on the shoulder. Then you're going to walk those fingers down the back of your shoulder blade. And if you want to, feel free to give yourself a nudge or maybe an assist. Send the shoulder or elbow to the ceiling, okay? Give yourself a pat on the back because quite frankly, you've worked really hard today, so you deserve a pat on the back. Okay, feet nice and wide. Just going to lean over a little bit. Other way, Shirley. So we're going to stretch open that open side of the body. Don't ever think she's going, me. So instead of going that way. Lovely, and release. Other hand. So wiggle, jiggle fingers. Pop those wiggly fingers onto the shoulder. Walk your fingers down the shoulder blades, sending your elbows skyward. If you can. So remember at the beginning we measured you, didn't we? We checked to see how far you could lift your arm upwards. Okay, and if you want to, give it a push, give it a pull, or not at all, but definitely give yourself a pat on the back because you're awesome. Okay, and now we lean over, nice wide base so you feel nice and safe. And then release. Good job. Slide 1 foot forward. So you got one knee bent, 1 foot forward, toes towards the sky. And then we're leaning towards its straight leg, its straight knee. I think so, thank you. That's nice, isn't it? Well done. Then come back in. Let's switch sides. Stretch the leg away. Hands onto the long side, the long stretched leg. Toes towards the ceiling. Leaning forward. Aww. Well done. And then come back up. Beautiful. Both hands, wiggle jiggles. So you're going to bring them around to the opposite shoulders and you're going to give yourself a little bear hug. Chin to your chest, same thing if you feel comfortable with that. Lovely. Now remember which hand is on the top. Because now, brain gym, we're going to switch. Whoop. And do it again. So a little bit of a hug. So, you know, self-care, self-love. Give yourself a hug, you deserve it. Release your hands to your sides. I'm just going to go through a very short sequence of breathing. And to remind yourself that sometimes we need to calm the breath. So close your eyes for a moment. And again, in times of uncertainty or stress or elevated stress, the breath changes, so we need to get control of that. Long, slow, deep breath in. Deep breath out. And repeat. Control the breathing. Calm the breath. Slow the breath.
I don't want to rush you, Helen, but in 3 minutes it will automatically stop the stream.
Yep. Last time. And to remember always to just catch your breath, slow your breath, calm your breath. When you're ready, you open your eyes, you give me a big fat smile, arms out wide, and give yourselves a round. Got that? Got that? Circle. Give yourselves a round of applause. Well done. Woo!